Hi everybody! So for those of you who know me, or perhaps have had some chance to talk with me, you would know that when I was a junior and a senior in high school, I had the privilege and joy and challenge to run 2 marathons. Now a marathon is 26.2 miles long. That's a long time. So I was running for 4.5, 5 hours to finish this marathon. Why was I finishing this marathon? Because that was my goal. My goal was to pace myself and make myself move faster and faster because I had to get to that finish line because I had spent months and months training to cross that finish line. I knew that I was prepared to, and at one point it was a mind over matter. I was like, okay, Jenna, you're tired, but suck it up and push through and just keep running. So that's what I did. And I crossed the finish line, and it was fantastic because I was right alongside my twin brother for both of those times. And I'd like to use this marathon comparison to how I feel this week, or this past week, with Ag Ed and student teaching at Shippensburg and making sure I get all my assignments complete. I feel like I started college in 2010 with a year break in between to serve as a state FFA officer. I feel like I've been in college a long time, and I'm like, okay, Jenna, push through. You're at mile 17. You're in the home stretch, just one leg in front of the other. Keep running. You'll persevere. So allow me to share with you some examples of how I've persevered this week. I was able to adapt my sleeping schedule to meet my students early at the school to practice for an FFA competition. I was able to adapt and persevere through different meetings that I had to attend, and they were beneficial too. One of the meetings was for the new and beginning teachers workshop. So that was about an hour and 40-minute drive for Mrs. Beer and myself to go to Shady Maple. But good food, good people, great conversations learned. But again, I had to adapt and adjust and push through to make sure that it worked and make sure I wouldn't get behind on any of my assignments. And I had to adapt for different learners and their styles and needs. A few other things that happened this week was being able to prepare for a substitute for this past Friday and make sure that all my students were ready and prepared so that they knew their expectations. Another thing is being able to say, okay, wow, we're approaching the end of the semester, or the end of this marking period for the current classes that I have. So now I'm mapping out and planning the next 5 days of class with them. That's a bizarre thought. Only 5 days left with these students. Other adaptations that had to be made was some of my students apparently were decided to engage in a brawl outside of my class. And so I had to make sure that everything in the classroom was handled appropriately, so that way we could still conduct learning in a civil environment. So we'll continue with that the next few days. Additionally, in my large animal class, we made ice cream. 2 weeks ago, I got my students ready. They were doing research and surveys about their new ice cream flavor that they were inventing, and it was pretty exciting. And then Mrs. Beer and I bought all the ingredients, and we were prepared to make this ice cream. So last Monday, the students and I made the ice cream, and then we put it in the freezer, and then my mechanics class went out to the shop later. And they might have unintentionally, unknowingly, not sure, unplugged the freezer. The ice cream didn't turn out so good. It was richer because all the cream rose to the top, but it didn't necessarily pass the eating quality level, so the students weren't that daring to try it, most of them. So then I had to do the "I'm so sorry" speech to them. I was so sorry. That's pretty unfortunate. But again, adapting and pushing through. So we ended up just making plain vanilla ice cream, and I let them pick out how we were going to learn that day in class, so that way I could kind of be like, here's your 2 choices, and I'll let you choose because this unfortunate thing happened to you. So just a lot of adaptations and making sure that I push through. Another success is that I finished all of my Moodles, finally. Yep, finally, it's kind of like passing 7 miles right there, getting through all the Moodles. And And then this workshop with the at Penn State, practicing interviews and reviewing different lesson plans. I thought that that was really beneficial. It was also nice to reconnect with my whole cohort again and just sort of check in and see where everybody's at. So we're in the last stretch of this marathon that I feel like I've been running for several years, and I'm just excited to see where life will take me, and I'm getting excited and helping to prepare things for my new adventures with AgriCorps so I can help to teach ag abroad. So that's a new journey, new exciting, a whole different type of marathon, I guess. Yeah, so this week was pretty great, and I'll be excited to share with you the few things that'll be happening the next several weeks and the adventures that will be occurring at Shippensburg High School. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll update you soon. Bye.